The NBA has changed over time. While many celebrate today's stars, some legends don't hesitate to point out the differences between eras. John Stockton, considered one of the greatest point guards in league history, launched harsh criticism at LeBron James and Stephen Curry. According to him, the intensity and competitive mentality of his era cannot be compared to today. Stockton held nothing back. It wasn't about friendship, it was about ferocity. For him, basketball wasn't a place to praise the opponent, but a true war on the court. He recalled that in his time, when teammates switched to another team the following season, you didn't even look them in the eye. You just thought, all right, let's go. The bond wasn't friendship, it was pure competition. This message stands in strong contrast to the dynamic we see today in the NBA. LeBron James and Stephen Curry, who have faced each other in 4 finals, maintain a mutual respect and admiration that for Stockton reflects a shift in the league's competitive essence. LeBron, known for his greatness both on and off the court, has praised Curry on several occasions. In 2021, he said, "We are witnessing what Stephen Curry has done in his career. He's a once-in-a-lifetime player." In 2022, he added, "Curry is lethal. The moment he steps out of his car, you'd better start guarding him." And more recently, in December 2024, he said, "I feel grateful to face one of the greatest who has ever played this game. It's always a blessing." Curry, on the other hand, hasn't held back either. In July 2023, the Warriors star said, "He's a great guy, a great friend, and a great competitor." He also highlighted the uniqueness of their rivalry. "It will be very hard to find 2 teams facing each other in 4 straight finals again. That run will go down in history as 4 incredible years." Stockton, however, doesn't see such declarations as fitting for true competition. The Utah Jazz legend insists that today's NBA has softened, and that friendship and admiration between rivals overshadow the ferocity that once defined players in his era. He even criticized load management, saying, "There are guys who can take 20 days off. I couldn't. Can you imagine your dad coming home saying he'll take weeks off from work? Who's going to feed us then?" For Stockton, discipline and sacrifice were the foundation of success, and he questions whether the new generation still carries those values. His criticism isn't just aimed at LeBron and Curry, but at the entire modern NBA, which he believes has become more of a show than a fierce battle. His words open up an inevitable debate. Has the league changed for the better, with more respect and professionalism? Or has it lost the intensity and ferocity that once defined greatness? In conclusion, John Stockton didn't just criticize LeBron James and Stephen Curry. He sent a message to the entire NBA today. True basketball is played with hunger, intensity, and without distractions. What do you think about Stockton's words? Do you believe LeBron and Curry are still as fierce as the players from the past, or has the NBA become too friendly? Hit the like button if these comments surprised you. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the hottest NBA debates and stories. In other news, in the history of the NBA, few names carry as much weight as Kobe Bryant. His legacy transcends generations, teams, and borders. More than 5 years after his passing, the memory of the Los Angeles Lakers icon remains as alive as ever. Every time someone close to him shares a reflection, the basketball world trembles once again. This time it was Derek Fisher, former player and teammate of Bryant with the Lakers, who surprised everyone with heartfelt and powerful words about the true magnitude of the Black Mamba's impact. Fisher, who won 5 championships alongside Kobe, shared a reflection that touches the heart of every fan. "I feel like it was always that way, but we didn't really understand it until we lost him." January 26, 2020, will forever remain engraved in our collective memory. On that day, Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna were traveling aboard a Sikorsky S-76 helicopter bound for the Mamba Sports Academy, when poor visibility conditions caused a tragic crash. Their lives, along with 7 others, came to an end. The news shook the entire world. It was not only a devastating blow to the NBA, but to global sports as a whole. Tributes multiplied everywhere. NFL stadiums, NBA and WNBA teams, international leagues such as FIBA, and even soccer clubs like FC Barcelona paid homage to the legend. Kobe's impact went far beyond any boundary. Fisher, who shared the locker room with Bryant for 13 seasons, knew firsthand what it was like to live with Kobe's intensity, discipline, and greatness. Together, they formed one of the most iconic duos in Lakers history, reaching glory with 5 NBA championships. In an interview with Sport, Fisher was very clear. "Yes, of course, I feel like it was always that way, but we didn't really understand it until we lost him. I think people all over the world always valued and appreciated him. and he meant so much to so many. But it wasn't until we lost him that the entire world decided to publicly declare the impact he had on all of us. I hate that we have to say all these wonderful things about him when he's not here physically to hear them, but trust me, he's listening. I'm sure they bring a smile to his face. Fisher's words reveal a painful truth. Too often tributes arrive late. The massive recognition, the global tributes, and the declarations of Kobe's influence exploded after his death. But for those who knew him closely, that respect and admiration were always there. Beyond the tragedy, Kobe Bryant's sporting legacy remains untouched. In his 20 NBA seasons, all with the Lakers, he left behind numbers that speak for themselves. 5 NBA championships, 33,643 points scored, 4th all-time at the time of his retirement, 18 All-Star selections, 2 Finals MVP awards. The legendary 81-point game on January 22, 2006 against the Toronto Raptors, the second highest scoring performance in NBA history. Throughout his career, Kobe not only solidified himself as one of the greatest shooting guards of all time, but also as a cultural icon. His mentality, widely known as the Mamba mentality, became an inspiration not just for basketball players, but for athletes around the world. Kobe's success also translated into economics. According to the specialized portal Spatrack, Bryant earned over $323 million in salary during his 20-year NBA career, an amount that reflects not only his on-court talent, but also his value as a marketable figure. Yet beyond the money, his legacy is priceless. Kobe's influence transcended the court and left a mark in every corner of the planet. Fisher's reflection reminds us how fragile life can be, and how often recognition comes only when it's too late. Kobe Bryant was, is, and will always be a symbol of excellence, sacrifice, and passion for basketball. His memory lives on in every player who draws inspiration from him, in every fan who imitates his gestures, and in every person who embraces the Mamba mentality. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Kobe Bryant is the most influential player in the modern history of the NBA? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to NBA World for more stories, analysis, and moments that shaped basketball history. In other news, the season hasn't even started yet, and there's already drama in Los Angeles. The Lakers, as always, are back in the spotlight, not just for what happens on the court, but also for what's going on behind the scenes. This time, the main character is none other than LeBron James, who reportedly isn't too happy with how the franchise is building its future around his new teammate, Luka Doncic. And of course, this didn't go unnoticed by the media. In fact, one of the most influential voices in basketball, Stephen A. Smith, decided to weigh in on the situation, and he didn't hold back. This summer, the Lakers made a huge move by securing Luka Doncic with a 3-year extension. It's no secret that the organization sees the Slovenian star as the face of the franchise moving forward, the guy who can carry the purple and gold into the next decade. But while management is focused on that long-term vision, LeBron, now in the final stretch of his legendary career, doesn't seem too thrilled. Reports suggest he doesn't like the idea of the team prioritizing Doncic over him. That's where Stephen A. Smith comes in, making it clear that LeBron needs to accept reality and put aside what he called ego-driven behavior. During an appearance on Gil's Arena, Stephen A. didn't mince words. They got new blood, a cat that's going to be the face of the franchise for the next decade, while LeBron is contemplating walking away from the game in the next year or two. Last time I checked, that's business. And it's pretty hard to feel insulted when you're making $52 million for 1 year's work. So you need to get over that. With those comments, Smith made it clear he believes LeBron is being far too sensitive, and that he needs to adapt to the Lakers' new reality. After all, the team can't ignore that Doncic is the one they're investing in for the future. Stephen A. also reminded everyone that if LeBron is really that upset, he always has the option to opt out of his contract after this season. That clause gives him the chance to test free agency and find another team if he feels Los Angeles no longer values him the way he wants. Despite the tension, it looks like LeBron will stay put this season. In over 20 years in the NBA, he's never requested a trade, and it's very unlikely he'll start now. On top of that, the Lakers have been crystal clear. They have no interest in moving him. That means the most realistic outcome is for LeBron and Luka to team up and try to chase a championship together this year. On paper, this duo has incredible potential. Doncic's offensive brilliance and creativity combined with LeBron's leadership, vision, and playoff experience. The big question, though, is whether James will truly accept a slightly different role, understanding that he's no longer the absolute centerpiece of the franchise, but rather part of a transition into a new era. Stephen A. Smith's comments reopen a timeless debate in basketball. When is the right moment for a superstar to step aside and let the next generation take over? At 40 years old, with more than 2 decades of dominance, LeBron James is facing that reality head-on. The Lakers have clearly chosen to put their future in Luka Doncic's hands, and whether LeBron likes it or not, the business side of the NBA doesn't slow down for anyone. The big storyline this season is obvious. Can LeBron and Luka set their egos aside and focus on what truly matters? Winning a championship for Los Angeles. One thing's for sure, the Lakers will once again be the center of attention all year long, and in the meantime, voices like Stephen A. Smith will continue to fuel the debate about LeBron James's future in the league. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think LeBron will accept Luka Doncic as the new face of the Lakers, or will he look for a way out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is just getting started.